Sal grew up in the rough, sun-scorched streets of Santa Ana, where survival often meant keeping your guard up and learning to read people before they had a chance to size you up. His family was tight-knit, but money was always tight. His father worked long hours as a mechanic, while his mother juggled multiple jobs. Sal spent most of his youth running with a tough crowd, kids who had big dreams but no roadmap to get there. They lived fast, and trouble seemed to follow Sal wherever he went. By the time he was 15, Sal had already been in and out of juvenile detention a few times, caught up in small-time scams and street fights. But the lessons he learned on the streets weren't wasted on him. Sal developed a razor-sharp sense for when people were bluffing, when they were scared, and when they were about to make a move. He learned to watch, to listen, and to wait. That instinct, honed in the back alleys of Santa Ana, became his greatest asset. One day, Sal's friend Manny introduced him to a backroom poker game hidden in the rear of an old bar. It was run by a local hustler, and the stakes were high, but Sal had a gut feeling he could win. Sitting down at the table, he realized poker wasn't just a game, it was survival. Every twitch, every nervous glance, and every word spoken at the table was a clue, and Sal knew how to read them all. His first win wasn't huge, but it was enough to get him noticed. Word spread quickly about the young kid who had a knack for reading people like an open book. Soon, Sal found himself at bigger tables, playing against wealthier opponents, and the money started rolling in. But the streets never quite let him go. He was still tangled up with his old crew, still hustling to stay ahead of the law and the consequences that came with his past. As Sal's reputation grew, so did the pressure. He started playing in underground games with real stakes, mobsters, corrupt businessmen, and high rollers who didn't take kindly to losing. The tension at these tables was different. One wrong move could cost you more than just your chips. But Sal didn't flinch. His street smarts kept him grounded. He knew when to push and when to fold, always staying one step ahead. Poker wasn't just about the cards for Sal, it was about survival, just like the streets. The money piled up, and Sal began to see a way out of the life that had once held him back. Still, no matter how high he climbed, Sal couldn't escape the shadow of Santa Ana. He'd always be that kid who grew up on the tough streets, but now he was playing a different game, one where the stakes were bigger and the consequences far deadlier. The streets taught him how to hustle, but poker gave him the chance to rewrite his story. Now, as one of the best poker players around, Sal's real game wasn't just at the table. It was staying ahead of the enemies he made along the way, knowing that, like in poker, life was all about playing the hand you were dealt. And Sal? He was holding a winning hand, but in Santa Ana, you never know when someone's about to call your bluff.